Hey guys, Pehk here. Well, I've been busy doing absolutely nothing and sleeping during the month of December, and actually it's the end of January now, but also been drawing out that new Nuzlocke episode. I thought I'd like to talk a bit about it since the time during the teaser I made sometime last year, and then the first episode, which came out pretty recently. Haven't watched it, check it out. I'm pretty sure I left some people with some questions, so we'll talk a bit about that. If you don't know what a Nuzlocke is, don't worry. I'll be brief on it. I'll even talk a little history about it and stuff. It'll be great. Basically, to start, it's a set of rules you apply yourself to make mainline Pokemon games more challenging because, we're all older and it's easy. It's a cakewalk. And there's a few basic rules. The most common basic rules are being one Pokemon per new route you enter. That's, for example, if you were leaving Twin Leaf Town and Route 1, first thing you see, gotta catch it. If you kill it, you're out of luck. You can't catch anything else there anymore. You gotta go wait till the next route. The other main rule is if Pokemon faints, is dead. You can't use it anymore. That's it. You either box it or release it. I like to box it, personally, to keep as a cruel reminder of how badly I messed up. So it motivates me to not suck as much, which is always good. There are a lot of things you can add, like crazy rules, like you could add one Pokemon visit for town, or you can only buy items and you can't use the Pokemon centers, or, crazy shit like that. But anyway, the Crystal Nuzlocke video I've been doing is actually a series of comics I've done for like 10 years, back when I couldn't draw to save my life. Not much, I've gone a little better, whatever, but it all started with the Fire Red run, which I stopped 3 gyms in, but, I didn't want to stop the comic because it was fun. I like doing it. And I didn't want to, start with a new character and everything because it was a silly self-insert. I still haven't completed Nuzlocke before. I never have. So I wanted to complete it at least once, to say, I did it. And it'd be good to have it in, a comic format so we can all kind of experience it together along the way. So I continued. I tried it again when Pokemon Black was new and fresh, and then things happened and I couldn't complete that one either. I didn't lose, it was random circumstances, for the Pokemon Black I lost my R4 card, or the flash card where I had the ROM, and I lost it, so I couldn't continue. And then I tried it again in Alpha Sapphire, and I got really close. I actually got to the 7th gym, and the thing had, I love my pets. One of them kind of made it into a snack, and I wasn't too happy. That was my fault. I left it in the place where they can get it. Anyway, what got me inspired to do it in the first place was the comic that actually started it all. And actually, a lot of other fan comics that followed it. It was crazy, during the time, there was a whole plethora of people making Nuzlocke comics. And that isn't to say that they aren't still being made today, but back then, if you were into the Pokemon community, I know we're all into the community, but, if you were, really, really into it, I'm kind of, stupidly into it, it was, the thing to do. And it was really neat seeing how creative everyone got in these comics with, their parties and all the unique art styles that they all had, and all, the, references and really neat jokes, and, it was just really fun to be a part of. Anyway, back to my Nuzlocke challenge. I'm gonna explain the rules I'm doing personally for the Crystal Nuzlocke run. Since I'm bad at video games, the rules for my Nuzlockes were always the bare minimum. And I always use the first 2 rules I mentioned before, where if they die, they're dead forever, and only 1 Pokemon per route. But I also added, a couple more rules, not many. And they weren't big game changers either, the other ones being, no duplicates. If I walk into a route, catch a Rattata, next route, I see another Rattata, I'm not gonna catch it. And the other thing was, I count caves to be, different routes, because they're technically different areas. I know it's sort of a gray area, but you can kind of see what I'm talking about. I just like to have a little more variety in my runs, where it's mainly stuff I've never used before. I'm not going out of my way to find something specific I always want to use. So because that's not how it plays. But, you know, I think I dawdled enough a bit on that. I also want to touch on one thing. I'm very sorry for not really doing anything. Actually, Call's been the one who's been uploading a lot, actually. It's actually only been him. So, if you haven't checked his stuff out, I would, because his Creating with Call is actually... It's leading up to something pretty neat. You should look forward to that. It's gonna be really neat. You know, we're sort of starting to learn how to animate. Call's been doing a really good job. And, you know, I really think it'd mean a lot to me if you guys were to check some of his stuff out. Because he's been putting in a lot of work, and I really haven't, and it's not really fair. So, anyway, I hope that answered some questions, plus it made good filler for me while I drew this stuff out, so I hope you enjoyed it at least. And for the comic panels I used for this video, obviously they're not mine. I'm actually going to provide sources and links to below in the description, because they're really good reads if you haven't read them, but if you read them already, why not check them out again? They're pretty good. I recommend them. Pehk, signing out.